Why, hello there, and welcome back to another Delphox Cards video. Why, hello there. I don't know why I said that, but I'm going to keep it in. Um, this is a different video. I say that almost every time, but my last video I just uploaded, or about to upload, I was going through my Lord of the Rings cards, and I was like, you know what I want to do? I want to do a video on my Lord of the Rings stuff, my figures mostly. There'll be a Lord of the Rings pop video, but I want to go through my figures. I'm going to do it semi-quickly. I don't think this is going to be one that a whole lot of people super care about, but it might be fun. And it's fun for me. And so I'm doing it. To start out here, we're just going to cook through my figures, both boxed and unboxed. It's not a ton, but it'll be fun. To start out here, I got this one at a show for very cheap, like $6-7 in the package, because the top here, I don't know if you can see it there, but it's kind of destroyed, but I like this old packaging of Frodo. So he's actually gonna be my backdrop today. This is some of my Star Wars ones, but that Frodo is a really cool figure, and I really enjoy having him. It actually comes with a stand and a little ring, and so I have him out of the box, just not in, so I'll kind of set him off to the side. The next one that I have here, I got at Toys R Us before it closed, so years ago, and I just like Legolas. This was $4. And I got this Legolas from The Hobbit. That's just a really fun figure. I never really knew before this movie that his last name was Greenleaf outside, outside of just remembering it if I had read the books or not. But this is a really cool one to go back to and just look at some of that Hobbit artwork and fun figure. Been in my collection before most of these things were. Another thing that I own here, this is my era of collecting, would be these figures right here, the Return of the King, these skinny packaging. So I got an Archer here. There's one. I've also got another. This is my favorite Legolas figure growing up, so I got him boxed from Return of the King. We also got another Legolas. This one actually, if you can see there, came with the shield. It's like a skateboard, like in Two Towers when he goes down the ramp. So I really like these inboxed ones like this. It just brings me back to being a kid and going to Shopko. Shopko would have all the Lord of the Rings figures when I was a kid around me, and begging my dad, please, can I get one? And I just love them. I played with these for hours and hours and hours. Another in the box one that I have here is another Hobbit figure, Bilbo Baggins. Bilbo right there. Another in the box we've got is Grina the Goblin, or Grinna the Goblin. I don't know. These were $2 a piece again at Toys R Us. I just bought a few of them up. I'm gonna pivot from Lord of the Rings for just a second. These are also in my box. My Game of Thrones figures. We got a Tyrion Lannister. These are actually made by Funko. We got a Ned Stark. These are not, though, I will be honest, these are not great figures out of the package. That's why I leave them in. I am an out-of-the-box guy. If you've been watching, you know that. They did not do a good job with these in the box. I'm happy to own them in, but these just, I mean, you can just look at the detail, is not great. So they don't stand very well. They don't hold their swords very well. I have popped them out, but I ultimately put them back in because they just did not hit. And so I like the whole package here. What I usually do is when it's my Game of Thrones time, I'll put these in the back as kind of a backdrop. But I like the packaging and everything, just not them out. They did not do a good job with that. This I got more recently at Khal Drogo, $8. Back in the day, these were $20-25 to find them, so that's a cool one. Khal Drogo. So there is those. Now we're on to the out of box. We'll start with my Éowyn. If I forget any of their names, I apologize, but there's Éowyn, one of the only female characters. Éomer. He's shouting. These are high quality in my opinion. I like the Lord of the Rings figures. Oh, back to Game of Thrones, and out of the box, Jaime Lannister. Picked him up, I think, for $1 at a garage sale or something like that. So kind of neat there. This is in the top 3 figures for me that I played with a lot. I love Gimli and all of his axes, and the fact that his helmet came off. And this figure just takes me back to better days. I will say that. To better days of his childhood. And we've got a Galadriel. I think my parents bought this like for my sister. I didn't play with this one much. It was kind of a finicky figure, and her hands are open, so you couldn't put a sword in it. And so didn't get a lot of play time with this one, but cool figure with the cloth nonetheless. Just a regular soldier. Oh man, did his sword get bent in the box? What a bummer. But just a soldier here. These show up, and I like when they flip the shields up, and so really cool figure there. And I think these might be the same guy. Yeah, this is the Frodo out of the package. I've had him for years. I got him at a garage sale as a kid, and there he is in the box too. It's kind of like in Toy Story 2. This is, if you couldn't tell, this is one of my most played with ones. I got this Aragorn a long time ago, and I've always loved this figure. Did you know when he kicked... All right, I won't go there, but really cool figure there. Here is a Merry Brandybuck. Try to go a little quicker. Here's my Faramir figure from when I was a kid. And all their weapons, most of their weapons are in a bag to preserve them. So that's why you might not see them with their weapons. We'll save that one for a little bit from now. This is a Legolas that I got at a Goodwill for like 50 cents later in my college years, so I didn't really have a memory. But this one actually does do a good job looking like Orlando Bloom. This one I bought at a really cool store. This is an Aragorn. I bought this at Mixed Goods in Green Bay. It was like $4 or $5. He gave me a good deal on him, but really neat there with the armor set they chose to give him. Here is, I think this is supposed to be, you know, you can't quite tell. This could be Merry. It could also be them trying to do a Pippin. I cannot remember. Kind of looks like Merry almost, but it could be Pippin too. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. We've got here a Goblin that I also got at Goodwill. Yeah, my phone's trying to struggle. This is a Boromir. This is a Boromir that I got at Mixed Goods. The horn and the shield, really neat one. Another, I got to perform some surgery here. This Boromir has seen better days, but here's another Boromir. As I said, he's seen some better days here. I don't know why he's in half, but moving and all that probably did it. And comes with, yeah, and his shield's kind of floppy. I don't know what happened to him, if he fell in the box or what. This one I've played with a lot as a child here. And here's his staff. But this Gandalf I played with, he could throw his hood on him, and this is the shall not pass moment of the story. Getting into, we got an Arwen here. She's all backwards. Here's Arwen. That Studley elf. She did awesome. Here's a better version of the one that I played with as a kid with that really neat sword. I had 2 of those. Here's my King Theoden. After the curse is lifted from him. Here we got another one that I really enjoyed. Not an all-time top 5 or anything, but this is Elrond. Really cool one. We've got here just an Uruk-hai, the Hand of Sauron painted all over him. This is a really cool one, actually. I played with this one a lot. He's one of my only bad guys I owned growing up. And this was the other one. This was an Uruk-hai, with a crossbow. But he was one one of the ones I played with because I didn't have a whole lot of bad guys. I do have Lurtz, the best of the villain of the. That figure just blows me away. I could just look at that all day. Love that one. Here we have my favorite figure to play with growing up, at least top fiver in Legolas. So he's riding his little skateboard that I mentioned before. So here he is out of the package. That is a top fiver. Now we're in the top, I would say top 3, top 4 figures here. This one is incredible. The Witch King. And this, I mean, just look at the detail and everything. That is a fantastic, I mean, I guess you can spare detail. You don't got to do a face, but man, I've always loved this figure to pieces. It's just phenomenal. I am no man, right? No man can defeat me, I think is the line. This might be just my favorite one. And I know you're going, what? But man, the detail there. And then I actually, if I remember right, he's got something in back here, yeah. So if you lift this up, his mouth opens up and his arm moves. Wee trees. He's just an awesome. The Treebeard figure is amazing. I also, the Treebeard Funko, which I'll show some days, is awesome too. This is Pippin. That's for sure. Pippin right there. The other one might have been Samwise. I don't know. Or maybe this is my Samwise right here. Yeah. Oh no, this is Mary. Where's my Mary? The other one might have been their attempt at Sam. I just can't remember. But this is my Most Miles. Most Miles goes to this figure right here. This is my all-time. I love Gandalf, so really fun figure there. I didn't put here's his hat from the figure before. It doesn't quite belong on Gandalf the White, but it's fun. So I really like that. A lot of memories with these, and I think that's, you know, we have a lot of memories when we have these, but you know, my cousins had them and I had them, and it just a lot of good memories with those. So this is kind of a fun walk down memory lane. There's my Pez set from The Hobbit, and that's kind of my last item I have in here. I think I do think that one before was Sam, if you're keeping track. And there's, you know, various cloaks and weapons and whatever, but that's the main gist of it. So yeah, glad I still have these, and I put them out every once in a blue moon with when I do a Lord of the Rings setup, but really fun to go back and look at them. They just bring a lot of joy. Like I said, a lot of memories. So what do you think about Lord of the Rings? What do you think about Game of Thrones? Comment down below. And again, if you watch this, I appreciate you. God bless you, and have a good one.